Guys, how are we doing today? Welcome to your weekly for August the 10th through the 16th. All right, we are using the Shadow at Night Oracle for this week. All right, we get some love messages. I don't know, we'll see if it comes out, and then we do something a little different this week. All right, so let's see what's going on for the beautiful Taurus. What we have going on? Don't know what that is. Let's see. Meditation and escapism. So maybe time to take a break to kind of sit with your thoughts and maybe spend less time focusing on the things that distract you from that this week. So, especially if I feel like it's balancing out maybe your emotions. And I see some fireworks in there, but I don't know if you can see that beautiful building. So maybe it's time to like sit down this week, focus on what you have going on around you. Oh, card number is 24, brings down to 6, so sixes might be important for you this week also. I feel like you might be kind of in this space of healing right now. Maybe you're waiting for something to come in or to set seal. It could just be kind of shutting some things out this week. You did see the Five of Pentacles in there. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, I feel like it's about getting clarity on a situation. It's going to be opening your mind to things also. There's that Three of Wands coming out, waiting for something to come in and letting something go. Maybe walking away from something. I feel like you're focused on maybe balancing a situation out or just getting balance within something. The Empress also showing up. I don't know what that was, but we're taking it. Ooh, okay. I feel like you need to get grounded this week a little bit. I feel like if you've been overly guarded over a situation, especially if there's been a lot of conflict, external conflict going on, this might be you just kind of like pushing through and just moving towards something else, you know? And I feel like it's also going to be a healthy balance over your emotions because you're like teetering with that Seven of Wands. It's like balancing that out and maybe not falling into the thrall of the emotions this week. You got the Nine of Swords behind that. So you might have been dealing with somebody who has been deceptive and it's kind of got you in the state of staying up all night or just and having a lot of anxiety right now over a situation. I did see the death card under that. And this particular one, it's like a tornado kind of dropping down that's kind of whirling everything up. I don't know if whirling's a word, but we're going to go with it. But I feel like you're definitely going to get clarity. I can't talk. Clarity on a situation this week. And I feel like that's part of what that meditation is taking that step back to take a deep breath and kind of like maybe readjust and not allow yourself to continue to get distracted, especially if you have things that you need to balance out or you're dealing with contracts, you're dealing with legal stuff. That could be the case. But I feel like it's more about, you know, how am I going to start to tip things a little bit more in my favor? And sometimes it does take that step back to really just kind of refocus on that situation, take some time to think about it and think it through, especially when you're waiting on things to come in with that Three of Wands. But we also have the Empress, so it's kind of like going with the flow and nurturing new ideas. So this could be new creative opportunities for you. This could be traveling, could be, I feel like, really just getting in touch with nature. I really like this. But I feel like it's like this kind of opens up this push towards the end of the week about letting go and walking away, especially if you've been in that state of like heartache or grief or just a situation that is just kind of heavily weighing down on you. I don't know what your situation is. It's going to be different from everybody, but it's like maybe you're walking away from a mindset that kind of keeps you in this grieving type of energy, or you're walking away from somebody that continuously just keeps breaking your heart, and you're letting that go, and you're going to focus on, being grounded, being nurturing. I feel like getting out in nature, like expressing yourself a little bit more. It's kind of like painting your dreams, what that one reminds me of. And I feel like that's why you might be a little bit guarded, especially when it comes to conflict this week, or even some kind of energy that might be a little deceptive around you that kind of just makes you feel a little anxious. And meditation might be a good way to kind of help with that. Might help you escape some of that anxiousness. So, I mean, overall, just a really kind of, I don't feel like it's an explosive week, just kind of a chill week. Just open your sights, be a little bit more clear about what kind of balance you want in your life, especially when it comes to this justice card where those scales are going to tip. Allow yourself to show some patience when it comes to this Three of Wands, especially with that Empress, and walk away from those things that you feel like leave you a little stuck and pain or suffering, or even that grief. And there's a lot of water, even though there's no cups, but there's a lot of water. Okay, we have these beautiful storm clouds which hold water. All right, we have Three of Wands, and he's staring at this river right here waiting for something to come. We have this beautiful snow falling, which is water. And then she is also sitting in water with the rain coming down. So I feel like it's just kind of getting clear with your emotions this week also might be something you're kind of working on, getting grounded. And meditation does help out with that. So it might just be a week of like being open, being very clear about the things that you want, the things you're going to allow. Maybe take a minute to allow yourself to kind of let things flow a little bit more evenly and walk away from the things that cause you pain or disrupt things in order to like bring a more grounded or nurturing type of aspect to what you're doing this week. All right. Let's see what we have going on with love, destiny, career. I don't know. We'll see what comes out. They got a mind of their own. All right. What do we have going on for Taurus? We have heartbreak. Ooh, whatever that is. One more. There we go. Oh, I kind of like this actually. So I feel like you're awakening to something. It's just a matter of timing, really. And it might be slow moving, especially with the hourglass. It's where that sand drips a little slowly. I'm going through a spiritual awakening right now. I'm transforming into the person I've chosen to become. So maybe you're doing that. Maybe you're looking for somebody that's into that. You could be dealing with somebody that's heartbroken. You could be heartbroken in a situation. But it's also about finding your tribe. And I love the fact that you actually have two open doors, two little portals to take whatever journey. But I feel like whatever you're going through right now, or whatever, if you're wanting somebody to come in, whatever they're going through right now, it's all about really just kind of awakening to knowing what their soul wants, maybe pushing past some heartbreak. We did see the Three of Swords in there. Finding their tribe, the people that align with them, and being able to go on the journey. And I feel like that's part of why the Three of Wands was there is, maybe you need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit in order to kind of make that happen. So take that how it resonates. These don't come out as love, love. All right, now to the something new. All right, we're going to do a hard truth this week. Just what you need to know, maybe something to work on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, what do we have going on for my beautiful Taurus? What do they need? Lack of commitment. Checking out really fast. Hesitation and half-hearted efforts are limiting your success. Find a path you can fully commit to and jump in with both feet for increased success. So maybe you need to buckle up and commit to something. All right, my beautiful Taurus. You guys have a great day. I will see you later.